Hey, hey, welcome to Live with Lynn. So if you're here, say hi. If you're watching the replay, be sure to type replay so I know you were here. I'm Lynn Huber, and today I'm going to talk about an easy strategy for making better decisions. You know, are you someone that struggles with decisions, or do you manage to just make them easily? I mean, it's actually a proven fact that most highly successful people tend to make decisions quickly and rarely change their minds. And that's what we all want to become, right? We want to become successful. And so we want to work to do that. But how about you? I mean, do you struggle to make decisions and then waffle back and forth afterwards? Or do you make those decisions and just go for it? Mostly I tend to make quick decisions, and then once I make that decision, bam, I go for it. And sometimes that doesn't always work for me, but it works most of the time. Actually, I would say almost all the time it works. But so let's talk about that. Let's talk about a decision making process that you can follow that can be faster and more effective and help you actually be more confident in making your decisions. So, number one, consider your values. So when you're trying to make a decision, project into the future and imagine how you're going to feel about your choice, about the choice that you made back today, right? So it can be easy to go down the wrong path during difficult times, but stick to your core values, and the truth is you're just going to feel better in the end. If you just stick to those values, pretty much you're always going to do the right thing, right? Number two, avoid allowing fear to paralyze you. Obviously, if you're in danger of falling off a cliff, or if you're being attacked by a wild animal, then fear is important, right? It serves a purpose. But most of us are just afraid of change. Most of us are just afraid to make that decision, or we're afraid of change, or what if we don't do it right, or what if we don't make the right decision? And so it's why it's really smart to make that effort to keep that fear out of your decision process. It doesn't serve a purpose. It doesn't do anything for you. A fear of change can prevent you from seriously considering any of your options and keep you from making any decision at all. How about make a list of pros and cons? That's something we all have done. If you're really struggling with what you should do, then make a list of the pros and cons, the options that are available to you. Draw a line down the middle of your page and put the pros on one side and the cons on the other, and fill it out on each side of the page. This exercise clarifies your choices. It makes it so you can see on paper which one is going to be the better decision, right? Number four, what are your long-term goals? So what is the vision of your ideal life? What are you aiming for long-term? What is it you're going after? Because each little decision gets you farther along the path, right, of that long-term goal. So which option, when you're making your decision now, which option is the most supportive of that vision of your long-term goal, what you're aiming towards? Number five, set a deadline. So decide how long it's going to take for you to make up your mind and stick to it. Consider how much reflection and information gathering time you should need to make that decision. And when that time has come and gone, then promise yourself that you'll make that decision and you'll stick with it. Is spending another week in turmoil seriously going to help you make up your mind? So just do it. Just, set a time limit. Say, okay, I'm going to allow myself to research it or do whatever. And then at X amount of time, by tomorrow afternoon or whatever, I will make that decision. Sometimes that's what it's going to take, right? Number six, realize that it really doesn't matter, at least not much, right? When you're faced with a couple of good choices, either choice is most likely going to work out fine, especially if it's something like, what you're going to eat for lunch, 2 different chicken salad options on the menu. Is it seriously going to matter in the long run? But when we're talking about something more serious, even then, regardless of which one you select, you probably most likely it's going to work out for you, because simply making the choice and then following through consistently is really where the results are coming from. It's not from going back and forth and should I do this and should I do that and what am I gonna, I don't know what to do, because not making up your mind gets you nowhere fast. If you really can't choose, then flip a coin and get busy, because you're going to be much farther ahead than if you never chose anything at all, right? And of course, Just as in everything you do, no matter what it is, if it doesn't work, you can make a course correction. That's what life's all about anyway, right? Finding out what works and adjusting as necessary. So you make the decision, you become committed, you go after it, and then you're going farther down the road and you're like, oh, okay, that's not quite working right. It's not getting me where I want. So now you make another decision and you find out, okay, yeah, let's change it this little bit. And that's seriously what your life is all about anyway. So making decisions quickly takes practice. It's seriously, it doesn't help you at all to become so worried about making the wrong decision that you never choose anything at all. Seriously, that doesn't help. Follow the process that I just laid out and just make the decision. In most cases, the act of making the decision is a powerful aspect. And it's not so much the option that you ultimately selected that even matters. It's just the act of making the decision and then putting it into action. So if you didn't reject an option immediately, it probably isn't too bad. I mean, most of the time, if it's a bad choice, you know that right off the bat. So most of the time when you're struggling with, is this going to work or that going to work? Which one should I choose? If you're struggling with which one, then obviously one of them isn't standing out as a really bad choice. If it is, then reject that, obviously. But if you didn't reject an option immediately, then it's probably not so bad. So make up your mind and get busy living your life, get busy growing your business, get busy doing whatever it is that you want to do. So, hey, I want to hear from you now. What do you do? What do you do when you're trying to make a decision and you're not sure what to do? Let me know. I'd love to hear it. Get down below in the comments and share it with me, okay? Anyway, hey, thanks for being here with me today. I hope you have a great day, and I'll see you tomorrow. Bye-bye.